Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this Abba and Preach vid. It's titled Streaming is More Draining Than Regular Jobs. Millionaire Hasan and Asmongold complain. I don't know who that is. I know who Hasan is, though, of course. This is a wild statement to make, especially because you're using the term regular jobs, and it's like what that's so broad, and it's just so vague. There are a lot of jobs that are very demanding, so I don't think it's fair to just put them under an umbrella and say that streaming is just more draining than all of them. Or even if you're saying most of them or whatever, it's just an odd statement to make. But I kind of understand what he's talking about a little bit, even though I don't stream personally. I'll talk more about my experience at the end, but yeah, let's get the context. Let's see what he's saying. Let's watch.
Do I know the biggest privilege these guys got?
Got what?
They choose to stream 9 hours.
100%.
They literally can
That's
turn it
true
off
too.
after
That's
4.
wild.
They can
And
play
I
it.
just reacted to a video. What video was that? I don't know. If you saw it, you saw it. But Kai was talking about how he streams like 9 hours or 10 hours a day or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is wild. Like, you don't have to do that much. But of course you want to, because you want to get your numbers up and you want to keep climbing that ladder. Like, I get it to a certain degree. This is coming from somebody who used to put up 15 reaction videos a day. Like, I get the grind. But at some point, like, you got to choose to back off a little bit, you know?
It off after 5, but because they want to make more money, they keep streaming.
That part.
And then they want to get up here.
Interestingly enough, though, when I stopped doing as many videos, I was like, you know what? I'm like literally burning myself out and I'm running myself into the ground. I have to stop. I start doing less and less videos, and now I'm doing 5 videos a day, which is still a fuckload of videos. I'm making more money than I was back when I was doing 15 videos a day, which is crazy how shit works itself out. Because I was thinking, oh, okay, my money's gonna go down drastically if I cut down to, because I went from 15, then I was doing 10 at one point, then I went to 7, and then I went down to 5, but it worked out. So you don't have to burn yourself out like this. That is a choice. I agree with them.
And then complain about how hard it is. You're literally choosing it. That's like you do it for money and then complaining it hurts. Today's topic.
That is true.
Our favorite
You don't have to do
socialist to
that.
get in trouble. Hamas Piker.
Just said Hamas Biker. That's a good one.
That's the nickname people are giving him all night.
I don't know what
Yes,
that means.
a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Shut that shit off, please. Shut up.
Come on, just keep listening.
Oh my God.
Have y'all done that though? Question: have they streamed for 9 hours? Again, it is a choice. Hasan is choosing to do that. He don't have to, but have they done that? Because I feel like it's very easy to be dismissive and be like, "Oh no, it's not. How can you say that when you don't have experience doing that?" You know?
So a nurse doesn't have a real job?
You know what?
What he was
According
saying?
to the sound, people took that out of context. So let's see the full video.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
He said it's not a real
Social
job.
battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're at a touch. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay, I'm telling you, as someone who did both, 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me. But I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery and you just tap out after it. Yeah, think about it this way.
You're not lying though.
You give presentations for your job, right? Imagine giving a presentation for 9 hours straight. It's like, after a while, you'd be like, I don't want to talk ever again.
That's the context.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what jobs you
not
worked
lying.
at, But it seems like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh my god.
And you're saying people that are not doing a people-pleasing job. Sometimes the people that you have to please in your job are your bosses
Or coworkers.
or coworkers. Sometimes you're doing those jobs and they are the one that are draining you. Your coworkers. Your definition of what a client is very limited. A client can be someone from outside of your work, comes into your work, and then you have to serve them. But a client can also be other departments of your job that depend on your position. That's considered a client.
And that's people pleasing. When you have to work with other departments and have to bend over backwards and just make sure no problem
That's true.
exists.
So I do think he's wrong for putting like jobs under an umbrella and being like, okay, because there are jobs that are very, very demanding, and they would be like, okay, nigga, I feel like that too. The fuck, you know?
You are people pleasing.
If every 6 months you have to have a report, and you're not dealing with people outside of your work, you're just dealing with people inside of your work, and every 6 months, your boss meets you and it's like, yeah, we're gonna see how you're doing at the job. You have to please your people, which are your bosses and whatever standards that there is in the company.
Here's the truth about our favorite champion socialist, okay? He comes from one of the richest families in Turkey, okay? He's incredibly wealthy.
Word.
He's always been from a wealthy family. And so this trust fund baby goes on to be a very successful streamer and makes it. You don't really know about this hard work life. That's why a lot of these dudes who before the people never come from backgrounds that are actually of the people. He is top 1% today. And
Why did he say that then? Why he lying? I need more context, please. You know, add some information on this. But he said like, oh, I worked regular jobs too. So if he comes from a very wealthy background, why was he working regular jobs?
back then when he was part of his family, he was top 0.1% in Turkey. The truth about Hasan, him talking about work and everybody misunderstanding and they're being really stupid and low IQ when they listen to his responses, this is just a brat who's always been a bit rich brat. And he's talking about real jobs like he has the experience, but he doesn't. And he's not the only one. Because Asmongold, okay, reacted to this. I actually like Asmon. I think Asmongold is cool. Even if he looks homeless every day.
Damn.
He is my favorite homeless millionaire streamer.
Homeless gang.
This has been my opinion observing most streamers and content
Wrong with
creators.
looking homeless.
Most of them are completely out of touch with reality.
So people get mad. It's a bad take. What's it a bad take of? He says that he gets exhausted socially because he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. You really think that's not true?
That's not what he said.
I mean, you really think it's not true?
That's not the only thing that he said. He didn't say
He's
that he's
comparing it to
drained
regular
because
jobs.
he's
I think that's where
working 9
people
hours a day, he's
are
talking to people for 9
getting
hours
rubbed
a
the
day.
wrong way.
I can understand that. I can understand the fact that you're going to be drained. Talking over. He said that his job is more draining than any normal job.
Excluding retail, to be fair.
And life doesn't work like that.
Even
If he just had said, my work, what I do right now, is extremely draining, you would have just said that. I would have been like, yeah, my man.
But what did he say?
But you said that your job is more draining than any normal real job. No.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that. He
Fucking
didn't say
no,
any,
my
but
guy.
he
It
shouldn't have
doesn't
said
work
like
like
people are
that.
gonna
The
take it
world
that
doesn't
way.
work like that. Nothing works like that. But what you're gonna nurses? You're gonna talk to me about people in the force?
Yeah, but they're saying socially doesn't drain their batteries.
It could. You're dealing. What are you talking? I know you trolling. You just trolling.
But I think his point is that a lot of these people who work in these kinds of jobs after work, they like to go out. They like to go out, grab beers. You know what I mean? Accountants will do that, but then
That's not everybody. That's a couple of people. And if it was so, the city would be filled with happy
A lot
hour
of people
would be
do.
every day. Happy hour is on Thursday. It would be filled with people every night. Now, some people, they go home. You know why they go home? Because after they go to work,
Tired.
even if they don't feel like
True.
it, they got families.
Some
to
people are
attend
like
to.
that too.
And they gotta
But
do
I
that.
live in downtown LA, and yes, listen, happy hour popping. After work, these niggas be in there. Maybe they drinking away their pops because they are so exhausted. But it's like they're going out and being social and drinking after work for sure.
That is so out of touch. That is stupid take.
All right.
And him backing
let,
him.
let it play for a little bit, then we'll go.
That after you spend 9 hours being investigated by thousands of people with every facial movement, everything you say, every word, with people constantly trying to disagree with you and fight with you, that's not socially draining. This is totally understandable.
Do you want to know the biggest privilege these guys got?
What?
They choose to stream 9 hours.
100%.
They literally can turn it off after 4. They can turn it off after 5. But because they want to make more money, they keep streaming. And then they want to get up here and then complain about how hard it is. Who here gets to choose their fucking hours at work?
Not a lot of people.
The fact that you guys even have the goal to compare yourselves to regular people
I agree
when
with
your
that.
extra hours of labor are rewarded with more and more money is insane. It's like the levels of disconnect in people, like, why should we feel any sympathy or give a shit about what your struggles is? You're literally choosing it. That's like you do it for money and then complaining it hurts.
Wow, this slap was hard. Slap softer.
True.
Don't slap.
This is you preaching. You shouldn't be preaching to these people. He should have kept it to himself. Have these conversations with other streamers and other YouTubers and people who do the same shit. Like, that's where you vent. You vent to them. Yo, fucking fam, they don't want to hear this shit, and they're not gonna relate. They're not gonna understand, and people are gonna make videos about how stupid you sound because they don't get it, and you could have kept this to yourself because and again, whatever I said.
Nobody cares.
You can't say this all jobs.
You have a job where you're extremely gifted and
Or the
privileged.
most.
Nobody cares. You choose your hours. Shut the fuck about your problems. And certainly, if you're gonna talk about it, don't compare yourself to regular people.
I'm even gonna throw OnlyFans models in there, and all the ex-workers and stuff like that. Because what they have to do to make the money that we
Yeah, they
shut
go
the
through it too.
fuck up.
Facts.
Because I wouldn't do that.
No,
Shout outs to them.
turn it off.
The shit that they would have to do to make that amount. Shut up.
Do you guys realize?
Oh my.
Literally, if they wanted this is something that you regular people can't do because you're literally gonna lose your homes. You know what they need to do just to solve all their problems?
Not do it.
Turn off the camera.
I have to turn that shit up. Do it again. Do it again.
I'm gonna turn it off.
Do it again.
Everyone's gonna hate it.
Do it again. Do it again.
They are so stupid.
Someone actually said real job. What does that mean? A real job is a job that you have. Bullshit jobs are the ones that other people have. It's just that simple.
No. Okay, this is what I don't understand if this
What?
is going to work. What a bullshit job is a job where you are paid to literally just exist. You're a number. Like, if you've ever worked for the government, there's a lot of bullshit jobs there. Why? Because the government just got money to spend. They got to meet certain quotas. So they literally hire people. I've been told this on my job. You're there to look busy. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? That is a bullshit job. I could get my 8 hours of work done in 2 hours, but I have to not do that so I can look busy throughout, or else if I finish it too fast, I'm too productive, either they give me another bunch of bullshit work, or they'll just literally tell me you're reprimanded.
Oh my God, this happened to me when I was working in fucking Texas. I would get in trouble for finishing my work too early. Like, I don't say in trouble, but it was like an issue. And I'm like, isn't this a good thing? Like, the fuck? And they would let people go home, like, when they were done. But I would get done, like, very quickly and be like, all right, I'm about to log out and head out. And that was the problem. But it's like, like, don't you want me to be more efficient? Like, my work is done. So he ain't
For
lying.
not doing your job. What the fuck is that? That is what it's called, a bullshit job. Those
I was
exist.
on salary too, so
Those exist
maybe
in
that
huge
was the
numbers.
problem.
And then there's real jobs. They're not the same thing.
He makes thousands of dollars a day. Him making takes, trying to relate to normal working people is fucking stupid. Well, there are normal working people that also make thousands of dollars a day. So, like, I don't really understand, like, what your point is. Yeah, I mean...
Okay.
I don't know what working people you know, the normal working people that are making thousands of dollars. You guys know what thousands of dollars a day is? Let's say it's $3,000 a day. Do you know how much that is over the course of a whole month?
year.
That's a lot.
That's $9,000 a month.
Nobody.
You think there's people out here
Nobody does that.
making anywhere from 60 to 70, making close to $1 million a year?
Nobody does that.
That's not normal people. No, they're not.
Yeah, he
CEOs
out
of
of
companies
touch. They are out of
do
touch.
that.
And this is the problem.
Okay, love.
This is what streamers and content creators, okay? Your job, okay? Is it difficult? Maybe, yes. Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up about it. You wanna know why? Because you're well compensated. Extremely well compensated for the level of difficulty of your job. And this is how most people internalize this and whether or not they want to hear about your suffering. How difficult is your job? How well do you get compensated for it? If your job is extremely difficult and hard to manage, but you get paid peanuts, complain as you want. I will never get mad at a garbage man for whining about their job. Wanna know why? Because they get peanuts to go pick up your fucking trash. Go ahead. Your guys' difficulty level may be at a 4 or 5, but you get compensated so goddamn well, nobody trying to hear that shit.
Facts.
Whenever people come to me like, man, isn't YouTube shit hard? I'm like, yeah, I guess, but
It is, but
I get paid so well, I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. That's what it is.
That is true.
Because I'm not going to go back to my old job. Wonder why? Because I used to get paid shit to do extremely hard work there. That's most people's reality.
That is
Most
true.
people are not being
Okay,
compensated
like-
half as well as the difficulty of their job. So they don't want to hear you bitch and moan about the fact that it's so socially draining. Like they don't got to deal with the same shit for 1/100th of your paycheck. You're asking for sympathy whilst also belittling their experience, talk about how much harder you have it. Bro, you're not going to get nobody's sympathy. And if you don't understand that, that's because you're fucking out of touch. Nobody's trying to hear that shit. And I know Asmongold knows this, because a while back, he was telling game developers, I don't give a how hard your shit is, nobody's trying to hear it, make the fucking games.
Xelier's tweet was well-intentioned, and he went on to add a lot of...
Ooh.
He made a lot of very good points.
but I think it misses the perspective of the consumer.
But yeah, it does. And this is the thing, is developers need to stop. Like, nobody gives a fuck about, it's so hard. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Stop crying.
Oh.
Either do it or you don't. Holy just that nobody cares about, it's so hard. Oh, well, this is, bro, you're talking to people that work in construction, and you're going to say that it's hard? Your job could be more demanding than that. I don't know. But guess what? To them, it's not.
But now when it's you guys, like, we want, and you expect sympathy for what reason? Guys, you get paid millions of dollars. Half of the time, you guys sit there on the screens shutting the fuck up while something else plays, okay? You're just reacting. Or sometimes you play the video and you leave your screen for 30 minutes. You eat on the job. Like, don't pretend like this shit is crazy. Is it socially draining? Sure, I could see that. Don't act like your job is special in comparison to others. It's not. It's not. Being in the military, socially draining. Working sales, socially draining. Even when I didn't have to work, when I was doing remote work and just be myself with my coworkers, it was socially draining to have to fucking sit in Zoom calls and listen to people babble about some dumb shit. Or sitting there looking at a fucking spreadsheet and then having to type shit out and my brain just wants to melt. You think after that I want to go talk to a bunch of people?
Is a YouTube game hard? I don't know. What you do for a living? I'm a pastry chef. What time do you get up in the morning? Every morning I wake up at 5 in the morning. I gotta be the pastry, but that's words of my boss. My boss has to be there at 3 to get the orders in and this and that and that and everything and stuff. And how much is that? Oh, that's 12 hours. My job is good. My job is good. The fuck with me? I get to talk to people and I make so much money, more money than I haven't done in my life. But it's so hard because of the comments and everything and stuff. And you see how it sounds?
Yeah.
Other people that are like, that's how you're dumb. You're talking to people that cannot that they're not even understanding and they never had to understand what you're doing and what you're living. And as a matter of fact, I am glad that all this happened, all this in my life happened, the YouTube game and the comedy and this and that and whatever happened now. So even though I am here where I'm at right now, doing what I do, I can still connect with you because I got the experience of having to do that and having the bullshit jobs. And I've been doing jobs sometimes that they come to me, some coworkers come to me and be like, yo, you need to slack because you're making us look bad.
Listen. Nobody wants to hear about problems.
No, nobody gives a fuck.
Okay? Your problems are of your own choice. And literally it's because you're greedy. Because you're greedy.
Yeah.
That's it. Just turn it off.
And they turned it off. Oh, wait, are they still talking? Are they still saying?
This is so stressful, bro.
I thought the
Can
video.
I try?
Go ahead.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Turn it off.
They've been trolling a lot
We're gonna live a
lately.
good life.
The red one?
Yeah, I'm about to go make love to my wives. Oh my God, working out is so hard. I work out 7 hours. Stop working out that much. Go home, drink water, sleep. Fuck. Anything else?
It's not him in the bag. Looking like a disappointed uncle.
Abbott preaching the floor, but we like to enjoy ourselves. Do all the funny stuff, do we cut videos, we get them there. We got Discord, check that out too. Right?
And that was preaching, I can't lie. I do understand what Hasan is saying, but shut up. Yeah, you shouldn't be complaining to your audience about it when they can't relate, they don't understand, and you're not acknowledging your privilege. We are very privileged as content creators. Although I don't stream, I have gone live a few times. And when I tell you the most draining shit I've experienced, and I had a great time, okay? It was fun. I loved connecting with people. It was an exclusive for my Patreon. I did it a few times. And, we had a good time. But when I tell you how exhausted I felt after, I just felt so just physically, mentally, spiritually drained. I got that last one as a reach, not spiritually. But I just felt so just drained. I remember on those days, I didn't even work after. I was like, I can't even do reaction videos. Like, there's nothing here. Like, I can't do anything else. Because I was so exhausted. It's exhausting to talk to people constantly and be entertaining to a certain degree. Constantly, and I mean, obviously it's not constant when these people are streaming. Like he said, they are taking breaks to eat and they're walking away and all of that, but it's still several hours where they are, engaging with their audience, and it is a different level of exhaustion. And I have worked over 20 jobs. Okay. I am very familiar with the workforce. So I can say it is a different type of of exhaustion. It's very different. And I do think it is a bit more intense. And I've worked several retail jobs. I've worked in fast food. I've worked in insurance. I've worked at a fucking car manufacturing plant. No, that was the worst. That was the worst, actually. I take it back. Listen, I worked at a fucking car manufacturing plant. When I tell you, I was putting together Toyotas and what was the other one? I forgot, but it was 2 main cars that we worked on. I was only there for 2 weeks. Okay, we had a training for 1 week, and I worked for 2 additional weeks. Worst work I've ever dealt with in my life. So yes, no, that was worse. Never mind. But as far as like mental, the mental aspect, I think was worse with going live. So I get what he's saying, but I don't think he should have said this. Again, this is something that you complain to other YouTubers about. I think it is very tone deaf to complain to your audience when, you know, a lot of them would love to be in your position. And again, they're not going to understand or relate to it. They don't get it. You won't get it until you actually do it, you know? So yeah, I can't lie that everything they said was facts though. I've been preached, like, yeah, it's like, bro, you have this very demanding job, that mental, you know, and like emotionally demanding or whatever, but you are compensated very well for it. And, you know, our job is so flexible and you have so much freedom. So it's like you're paid with that. So it's like for you to try to compare it to a regular job, I think is ridiculous. So yeah, he shouldn't have said this. And then the other nigga, like, for you to make those comments, but not too long ago you was telling developers to suck it up, do the job, put out the game, and shut up. Like, that did not age well at all. So yeah, they sound stupid, can't lie. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. Let me know what the videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.